Hey, what's up guys? Donny B here. Lighting is one of those things that I never expected to cost as much as it does. There's so many more things that you have to purchase in order to get the best performance. Things like light stands, soft boxes, grids, and so on. So when there's an affordable option that performs like the big dogs, then you have my attention. This is the Colbor CL60, and it has so much going for it other than being the size of a Coke can. It can fit just about anywhere, it's USB-C powered, bi-color, has 10 different effects, and at the time of recording this, is just over $100. Oh, and it's modular, but more on that in a minute. It also comes in daylight balanced and RGB version. It comes in two sizes, the 60 and the 100, and those numbers are indicative of the wattage. This one is the 60 bicolor and has an extremely respectable CRI of 97. And at full blast, it produces 20,240 lux at 1 meter with the included reflector, and has a color temperature range from 2700 to 6500 Kelvin. It can be powered by the included 65 watt AC power adapter or a PD power bank, not included. Also not included is the optional V-mount or the Sony MPF battery mount. A remote would be lovely, but at this price point you really can't expect one. But there is an app that gives you full control of all the effects, temperature, and brightness. The light itself measures 5.5 by 3 by 3.5 inches and weighs 1.2 pounds or 550 grams. Everything about this kit just screams quality, including the carrying case. The light and the mount are both made from aluminum and have an almost industrial feel. The case is well made and has a dedicated slot for the light, reflector, and AC adapter. On the back there's a LCD screen for displaying all your information, along with 2 rocker switches that kind of look like wheels, and 4 buttons for toggling through settings, color temperature, and your effects. The rockers are dual purpose. They can be pressed to cycle through common preset temperatures or brightness in 25% increments, or you can rock them up or down to move 1 digit at a time. The effects button gives you access to the 10 different effects. There's fire, chase, pulsing, TV, explosion, faulty bulb, welding, that's the first time I've seen that, strobe, lightning, and SOS. If you're interested in the lux at different distances and different color temperatures, I'll leave that here. You can pause it if you want to read it. One place where this light really shines, pun intended, is in noise, or lack thereof. This fan is probably one of the quietest I've ever heard, and there's 2 different fan settings. Smart mode will adjust the fan according to the internal temperature, and quiet mode, even at 100% full blast, it will eventually get to around 20 decibels. I found that around 75% and below, I hardly ever hear it. Earlier, I mentioned that it was modular, which is a great idea until it's not. On each side of the light is a rail system, the same rail system that the base and the Bowings ring mount to, where you can mount up to 10 of these lights together, forming what Colbor is calling the power cube. Each light can be set to either be a receiver or a transmitter, and you can control all 10 lights using just one light or using the app to make what we're going to refer to from now on as a mega light. Who doesn't want a mega light, right? This is very intuitive, but the problem is that since the Bowens ring and the base both use this rail system, that there is no possible way to mount a modifier. Well, I guess you could use an umbrella, but you're probably better off just trying to bounce it off the wall or the ceiling. You can't even use the reflector since the Bowens ring can't be mounted. And not to mention the noise. Remember earlier when I was talking about that 20 decibel fan noise? Well, imagine that times 10. Since I brought up something negative, we might as well go and get the rest of them out of the way. There's only a couple of them, and they're quite petty and can easily be overlooked. One of them is a personal problem. It really is petty and a personal problem. But I use smart lights and smart plugs in just about every room of my house, except for the bathrooms because the pranks got a little out of hand. But this entire room is controlled by smart plugs, and I can use voice commands or just hit a button on my phone and run a routine. So everything cuts on automatically whenever I cut on the smart plugs, except for this light. You have to actually physically touch the power button to cut it on, whether the smart plug is left on or not. I told you it was petty, but it's still an inconvenience. I can't be the only one out there that suffers from this problem. The other is the Softbox. Now, I don't use the most expensive softboxes. This one here came from Amazon, and it was like, it's a 35-inch, and I highly recommend it. I love it to death. It's like double diffusion, grid, all that. I love it. It's a Triapo. It's a great one. But since I was trying something new, this one's on the small rig light. Since I was trying something new, I went ahead and got Colbor's branded softbox. Here it is here. The problem that I have with it, it's really easy to set up. It's probably the most intuitive I've seen that opens up and breaks down. But the seams, the stitching, every one of the stitchings leak light. And like I said, it's petty, but that is still something that, you know, this thing was $85. This thing was $85. And every one of these stitchings leak. So I just feel like for the money, I paid less for this bigger softbox here, and it is much more higher quality. I'll leave a link to all of these down in the description below. Also, this is not sponsored. I did purchase this and that with my own money, and there's links to all this down below, and they are affiliate links. And remember that every time that you purchase through the affiliate links, a puppy gets a treat. Okay, now that we talked about what it can do, let's talk about who it's for. But first, it wouldn't be a YouTube video if I didn't ask you to like and subscribe. So if you found this at all helpful, please just take a second to hit that like button. And if you're into photo tech and gear related content, go ahead and subscribe. It'd mean the world to me. We're growing every day, and I can't do it without you. So anyone with a home office or small home studio will really appreciate the small form factor. The same goes for anybody doing remote work out in the field. It's a great, versatile, color-accurate light that produces big results in a very small package. Whether you need a key light or a backlight or just need the effects of a television or a fireplace, it would do everything you ask it to do. I've mounted it to one of those wall mount arms that swing out just above this table here, and it can reach just about anywhere in this room. I mainly needed it for a backlight, and it works great. I'm not using it right now because I had to use it for the, you know what I mean. So, but it works great as a backlight, and like I said, I can reach anywhere in this room and light up anything I need to. So that's going to do it for this one. I really appreciate gotta quit using my hands. That's going to do it for this one. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. We're growing every day, like I said, and I just can't do it without y'all. I really enjoy making these videos. I hope you enjoy watching them as much as I enjoy making them. So, you know the deal. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to go down to the affiliate links. That's how this channel is funded. So I'd really appreciate your support. So take care of yourselves. I know it. You know it. Every one of y'all deserve it. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.